Hey everyone, Garrett here. Welcome back to another great fade review. We're going to be showing you how a pair of jeans goes from this to this. But before we get into all those details, do me a big favor, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Okay, so the pair that we're going to be looking at here is the Naked Famous Denim X Ghostbusters collaboration. This pair is the Slimer pair. Let's take a look here. Oh, is the care label? Oh, the care label is still in here. Let's see if I can tell you. It is a weird guy, size 33, the Slimer Glow in the Dark Denim. So this was a very special jean that we released, I think back in 2019, fall winter 2019, if I'm not mistaken. And this was a really cool jean because not only was it a collaboration with Ghostbusters, but actually was a special glow in the dark jean here. So I have a glow in the dark here. This is not the Slimer, but this is the one of the original glow in the dark jeans. So a very old one from our archives here. You can see here that actually is an indigo denim that we coat with the glow in the dark coating. So at the end of the video, I'll turn off the lights, I'll get out the UV flashlight, and I'll show you how crazy these glow in the dark jeans are. So back to this faded pair. This one was sent in from Chris in Manitoba. He's been wearing these on and off for I guess the last 6 years now, and you can see that they have faded a lot. So just a quick side by side here, you can see they start gray. He's faded them so much that most of the coating has come off and it has revealed underneath that indigo rope dyed yarn, which has faded again, revealing more of the white core of the yarn. So starting from the front here, you have to remember that he's worn through basically 2 layers, the indigo dye and that glow dye here. We can see here he's probably been wearing this with the belt because the waistband looks almost untouched. We can see it is a little bit of a shorter rise, so definitely one of those older pairs. Beautiful co-branded woven label on the back there just behind the patch. I do love this little Ghostbusters logo added into the, oh, that's a cool touch. On the inside here, we have these green pocket bags and a lot of wear and tear on that pocket bag around the top, but it looks like the pocket bags themselves don't have any holes in them yet. A little bit of wear and tear also on the waist button here, but the rivets slightly brassed. You can see here going in and out of that pocket has faded that coin pocket area as well as brassed the hardware just a little bit, so you start to see that brass coming through on the tin colored hardware. Moving down, we got some nice well-defined whiskers as well as some fading on the top of the fly placket there. And you can start to see the texture of it. Looks kind of like almost a, I don't know if I'd call it now. It's not a short slub, but you can start to see the texture of that denim, a little bit of a streakiness starting to come out. Fairly smooth in general, but you can see that he's worn away and washed probably a few times, and that glow grayness that covers the jeans has faded away. Moving down to the knees, we can see here the left knee is quite a bit more faded than the right knee, so he's definitely a left knee guy. And then coming down to the bottom of the legs, you can see where it's mainly probably been faded away just from the washing. There's not as much direct kind of wear and tear on the creases. At the bottom, you can see that he's been cuffing these, so a little bit of cracking going on. He's cuffed it, looks like he rolled it up maybe twice here, once, and then once again. So cuffed more or less like that. And we can see the marks here. A little bit of roping on the hems, nothing too crazy, but a little bit there. Let's move to the back. So starting from the top here, we have this really cool co-branded Slimer patch, and it looks like you can see his kind of belt was rubbing on this part, whereas this part did not receive any rubbing, so it's a little bit more patina, a little bit darker on the top of that patch than on the bottom. But overall, you can still see the Slimer character great, so I'd say this patch is looking pretty good considering the amount of time that he's worn these jeans. Coming down to the bottom, a little bit of fading just below the yoke, and it got this nice embroidery of the No Ghosts logo and some fading on the seat. Again, what I will say is they're maybe not the most faded in terms of indigo, but we've already faded through that original coating of the glow coating. So they're quite faded actually considering that. Moving down, we have a little bit of honeycombs on the bottom, just starting to poke through. So you get a little bit of that 3D pop here, and the creases here, you can see it's actually quite a bit darker. So you have these elevated areas and then these low-lying crease areas where it's stayed darker on these jeans. Going down to the bottom, some calf fades, slightly more on the right leg than the left. Again, a little bit of wear and tear from the cuffs on the bottom. Okay, so let's do a little side-by-side comparison here of the glow-in-the-darks unworn versus these, which are worn a lot and washed. Over time, basically the way it works is this is a rope-dyed, indigo rope-dyed denim that is woven and then coated on top with the glow material. And so as you wear it, as you wash them, that glow material is gonna kind of fade away, but there's still gonna be some remaining, and it's gonna be mainly in the cracks in between the warp yarns on the outside. So they still will glow. So let's turn the lights off and see how they look in the dark. Okay, so right here I have my UV flashlight. We actually did supply with the Ghostbusters a co-branded small UV flashlight, but this is a more powerful one here. Let's first test Chris's pair here. So you can still see there's quite a lot of that glow material in between the yarns. So very cool to see this. I think this would be a fun pair to wear like to the bowling alley or laser tag, somewhere where they have black lights. They'll really activate these jeans. And then if we move over here to the old pair, we can see how it is a little bit stronger on a new pair. But such a fun jean. And who knows, maybe in the future we will have these coming back. So definitely stay tuned for that. So that's gonna do it for this pair of faded Ghostbuster jeans. If you have a pair of jeans that you're not wearing anymore that are very faded, or you just can't fit into them anymore, send us an email, info@nakedfamousdenim.com. Send us some pictures. If they are faded enough, we will send you a free return label to bring them here, put them on the eternal wall of fade, and of course, give you a coupon code for your next order. And also, special call out for faded jackets. We are especially looking for some heavily faded jackets. If you do have one that you're willing to send in, we can hook you up with an extra good discount code. We'll make you a really good deal. So send us an email. Until next time, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.